Buongiorno da Non Solo Anima TV, siamo da Amma ed è con noi Swami Brahmachari Shumbamrita.
Hello. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Amma says always that God is love and compassion, and that we are born to learn this kind of love. But can you explain us what this love and what's the meaning of compassion?
All of us are embodiments of this source of love. The only thing is that we don't realize it. This love that is there in us, can cross all boundaries and can flow towards the whole of creation. That's what we see in masters like Amma. The thing is that this love, this true love or this compassion, it comes from the vision of oneness. It comes from the experience of oneness. In fact, if you take any person, you love yourself the most. Then comes everybody else in the world. When you have the vision of oneness, you don't see the other person as different from yourself. You see the other person as an extension of your own self. So when you see everybody as yourself, what can you do? You can only love and serve. So that is the real love or the real compassion, which we see so readily expressed in masters like Amma. They are able to love everybody. They are able to express compassion to everybody, because Amma says she doesn't see anybody as different from herself. She sees them as her own self. So this is the love and compassion that Amma wants everybody to express. Of course, it doesn't come automatically.
Right. What can we do?
You have to start consciously. You have to start with a little of your actions. Be aware to express this love. Be aware to be compassionate. And slowly, as you go deeper into your practice, as you get more centered, you see this more and more getting expressed in your actions. And finally, of course, when the experience comes, it kind of bursts.
Can you tell us, because Amma yesterday talked a lot about this happiness, joy and love, and to get through this joy, she says you have to have more conscious and getting more and more conscious and aware of it. How can we do that? In this society that it seems so hard and so difficult, so more and more violent and competitive.
Yeah, it is true. In today's society, that is so aggressive, and where there is so much of competition. It is true. It is difficult to really find that love. But again, the problem is in today's world, people are very hesitant to give. Because I must say selfishness has become so predominant that you want to have everything for yourself. You don't want to give anything. So the thing is that what happens is when you are caught in that mindset that I want everything for me, I don't want to give. And you are caught in the wrong thinking that in this lies real happiness. In possessing lies real happiness. People get very limited. But when you practice a little of giving, the joy that you feel, the happiness that you feel, that is very sublime. And once you experience a little of it, then you just want to give more and more. So that's why Amma always talks about this conscious effort being there. Amma gives a very beautiful example. When you give a flower to your beloved, of course the beloved is happy to receive that. But before that, when you pluck the flower, it is you who is experiencing the beauty and fragrance of it. Then is the other person experiencing it. So you are the one who is most benefited by it. And you are the one who is first happy. But many people don't realize it. They think, I need to get more to be happy. So when you practice giving, when you express love, when you express compassion, that makes you more and more aware of this fact that, in giving lies real joy. So that's why Amma says we need to put in an effort in today's world to express this. Because in today's world, Amma says 3 people in a family, they live like 3 isolated islands. Everybody is so selfish, everybody has their boundaries, they don't want to share anything, they want everything for themselves. But when they learn to share, that's when they really experience the real joy of life. So right from a family to a society to a country to the world, the spirit of giving has to come in.
And Amma gives so many hugs in all over the world, and the mom and Oneji just do so much for the world. What are the future projects of mom?
Amma goes on increasing her projects. Her mission never stops. Amma says she meets the people individually, so she knows their day-to-day problems. So that's how all these projects have come up. Many times even we feel, oh, this might be, this might be one of our last projects. But then you can see immediately Amma announcing something much more bigger. And her ways are also unique. Even if she receives €1, through our activities, she will plan something for €100. That's Amma's way of working. So the future projects, I think Amma would like to spread the scholarship scheme for poor children, because so many children who are deprived of education and the day-to-day care. Amma has introduced a scholarship scheme for these children, and it started with about 30 to 40,000 children. Now Amma wants to extend it to more than 100,000 students, and it's nearly there. Amma wants to, also do something for the sex workers, for their rehabilitation. Amma also wants to, to start new projects for, of course, wherever there are disasters. Amma's organization is one of the first to reach there. That tsunami, and Amma is very concerned about, the global warming and issues like that. So Amma also wants to do a lot in these fields where we can make people more aware of how important it is to love and respect nature.
They say that Amma is the Divine Mother, and her love and compassion is so big, but it's the feminine part of God. And how can we reach this part, this feminine, how is important for a human being?
Every person is a mixture of both, of masculine and feminine qualities. Though you call a person a man or a woman, even in a man there is a woman, even in a woman there is a man. Right. So there are certain qualities that have been termed as masculine, certain qualities that have been termed as feminine. But there are these qualities that we call feminine. It could be love, it could be compassion, it could be patience, forbearance, things that we see in a mother. Right. These qualities are extremely important for bringing about an harmony in society. Because if it's only the intellect, if it's only the the calculative mind that is there, and this heart factor is missing, there will never be true harmony. And Amma always emphasizes on that, in awakening this motherhood, even in man, and awakening these qualities, these feminine qualities, which would lead to to real happiness in a family, because real happiness in society as well. So these qualities can never be compensated or never be bargained. They have a very important place.
A message for women, men, children, old people, to everyone.
Amma always says that human beings, they need to be aware that we are all interdependent beings. All of us are interconnected. Human beings between themselves, human beings and nature, everything is interconnected. And we don't feel that we are separate and nothing is going to happen to us, nothing is going to affect us. Suffering today is somebody else's suffering. To get over this feeling and identify with others' suffering, and hand in hand try to face the situations that we are facing in the world today. May it be economical crisis, may it be the natural disasters, may it be crisis in the family. It's like a person sitting on the ground floor, on the 10th floor, and there is fire on the ground floor. And he says, oh, that's only in the ground floor. Why should I be worried? I'm on the 10th floor. But this fire is going to soon catch and reach the 10th floor. So in a similar way, all our existence is interconnected. We need to be aware of it. We need to express more and more love and compassion. Our love that is just constricted now to our family, to ourselves and to our family, needs to grow. It should go towards society, towards the world as well, towards nature as well. And Amma always says, this this constriction, these boundaries have to go, and this love, it has to flow. In today's world, we are all aware of our rights. If any right is not met, we will go on a strike, but we are not aware of our responsibilities. So along with our rights, we also become aware of our responsibilities, put in efforts to realize who we are, to realize our true self, realize the source of love and compassion that we have inside us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mille grazie.
Grazie.